Kelly Gibbens, and I'm reporting here in the field for Inside Baker. Tonight we're here at the Jaybowl in the Kansas Union of the University of Kansas to report on the Student Activities Council's bowling night.
We do an SAC retreat every spring with the new officers. The lanes usually are stayed fairly busy and full for the most part, which is good, and so overall it was a successful event.
It's really fun. Yeah, free bowling, can't beat it.
The lanes were packed, so there probably wasn't enough lanes just here. Maybe a bigger bowling alley next time.
I think it's a lot of fun, and I think it's a good way to get students out of their rooms and to interact with each other.
From tonight, it seems like it's been a pretty big hit.
It certainly looks like the SAC has performed a strike here tonight. And I'm Kelly Gibbens, reporting for Inside Baker.
Thank you, Kelly, for that report. I am now joined with Tracy Williams, the coordinator of women's programs. Tracy, thank you so much for coming today.
Thanks for having me.
Can we talk a little bit about your job right now? What exactly do you do?
This position was created to have someone on campus that could respond to sexual violence, domestic violence, dating violence, and stalking. Across the country, a lot of research has been done that shows no matter if it's a private school, small school, large school, sexual assault especially is just very prevalent, and estimates as far as 1 in 3 women will be sexually assaulted at some time in their life. So in response to that, the Violence Against Women's Act has put a lot of funding towards putting positions in campus on universities to help respond to that, but also do a lot of prevention efforts and create awareness, because there's a lot of myths out there that that it's a stranger that does it, or that a woman was asking for it by the way she was dressed, or she was drinking, she was kind of provoking this situation. So there's a lot of work to be done to prove that no matter what, no one deserves something like that to happen to them, as well as most of the time, over 85% of the time, it's someone we know. It's usually an acquaintance. So just making people aware of the reality of what's happening, and about choices, male choices. About 99% of perpetrators are by male. So just really looking at how our society socializes young men to be aggressors and for women to be passive, and how that sets up a situation of sexual violence.
Okay, if someone needed to come talk to you, where would they go, and when can they come see you?
I'm available from 8:30 to 4, the same as the counseling and the health center, and I'm located in the health center on the other end where the counseling side is. So it's confidential, it's private, so a lot of times it's an issue, especially with a smaller school. People don't want to disclose that they've been sexually assaulted or don't want anyone else to know, but they need to get help. So that's the benefit of being over in the health center. So it's removed from campus, and it can be confidential.
Okay, we have activities going on this week. Can you tell me a little bit about what you're doing?
Absolutely. As you know, March is Women's History Month, and last year I began a Women of Strength campaign to nominate women from Baker campus that are women of strength. So this year for 2007, we're having women who have been nominated. 19 women have been nominated under the basis of women who serve as role models, or do scholarly work, or just make effort to help end violence against women. So those are the women who have been recognized. That was the condition, or what I was asking people to look at when they were nominating Women of Strength.
So other people nominated?
That's correct. Yes, campus, staff, faculty, students nominated people who they thought were women of strength from the Baker community.
You had 19 this year. How many did you have last year?
I want to say 15.
Okay, so it's a pretty large number.
Yes, it's very exciting, yeah, definitely.
And the activities you're going to have for those women, what does that include?
So we've done a poster series. I interviewed the women, and across from the SAC office, there's a poster series that has all of the women there, and just a little bio of them. And then tomorrow at Express Yourself, Wednesday at Express Yourself Coffee Shop from 7 to 9, we're going to have an event where there'll be a program. The speech choir will perform. Cindy Novello will play the guitar and sing. And we're going to have a violinist and a poet there, students. So we'll have a little program, and then all the women will be recognized, and a plaque will be presented to them that will then be hung in the union next to the one from last year.
Is that event open to everybody, Baldwin City residents and
Yes, it
Baker
is.
students as well?
We have parents coming up that students have been nominated. We have parents coming up. It's very exciting.
Okay. What about April? I heard you have a lot of activities planned for April already. Can you give
Yes.
me just a rundown of what you have planned?
Sure.
Like that?
April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month, so that's my calling since that's the position I'm doing. So we try to keep very busy and create a lot of awareness programs. On April 10th in the Union from 10 to 2, we'll do Behind Closed Doors, a photographic documentary. Last year, a photographer donated a documentary that's of a date rape. It creates awareness and education on sexual assault. Also, that same night at 7 p.m., we're going to have Andrea Cooper here, who is the mother of Kristen Cooper, who was a student here at Baker in 1995, who was sexually assaulted and then later committed suicide as a result of her sexual assault. Her mom has now become a national speaker on behalf of her daughter's experience. April 11th, we're going to have a silent vigil at the Osborne Chapel from 7 to 9. April 12th, we're going to do at chapel during service, Ira and myself will do a dialogue just talking about sexual assault and how that parallels with the Champions of Character core values. And then April 14th is the Spike Out Domestic Violence Volleyball Tournament. So I will hopefully be helping them with that, just to promote it and create awareness about domestic violence.
What do you hope students gain from all of these activities?
I hope, number one, that it gives my service more exposure. It's fairly new. I've been here for about a year and a half now, but it's still a very new program to provide information about my services so that students know that I'm available for them. Also about who I am, so students do feel comfortable coming to me, but also create awareness about the reality of sexual violence, domestic violence, how often it happens, that there's services available. Oftentimes when people are sexually assaulted, they don't tell anyone, and there's a lot of high-risk behaviors that people engage in after a sexual assault because they don't feel like they have people to speak to about it. So hopefully eliminating that and just creating that all-around awareness and prevention of sexual violence.
Okay, can you tell us once again where you're located and when your office hours are?
Yes, I'm located in the counseling center, and I'm available from 8:30 to 4, but if someone's scheduled with me after that, I certainly would be available to that.
Thank you, Tracy, so much for joining us
Thank
today.
you for having me.
We're going to take another quick break and then go into the field with Kristen Babcock.